Welcome students. Let's start with the new lesson. Lesson number 2, plants, structure and function. The root, stem, leaves, flowers, fruits, etc. of different plants are different. We can identify plants with the help of this different characteristic. Let us now acquaint ourselves with these plant organs in greater details. So since first standard we are learning different parts of plants, right? Root, stem, leaves, flowers, fruit, etc. These are the parts of plant. As we have different parts of our body, in the similar manner plants also have different parts, and these different parts have certain functions. Let's see in detail what are those functions of these parts of the plants. Before that, I would like you all to try out this experiment. There are many experiments in this lesson which you can do on yourself. They are very easy. You can do with the apparatus or the material which we will get at home. No need to buy from outside. Keep a moist ball of a crumpled paper in a conical flask. Conical flask means you can see the structure over there, that is called a conical flask. You can take any glass jar if you have, so that you can easily see the observe what inside the glass jar. If you don't have glass jar, you can take a plastic container or a steel container. Place some soaked moth beans or gram seeds. You have to soak some seeds like a fenugreek seed you can take, moth you can take, beans you can take, or the gram seeds you can take, or peas you can take. Okay, so these seeds you have to soak overnight, and then you have to put in this container. Observe and note the changes in these seeds in 2-3 days. The part that grows from inside the seed towards the soil is called the radicle, and the part that grows above the soil is called plumule. Here you can see the part growing towards the soil. It is called as a radicle, white color structure, and the green color structure growing upward, it is called as a plumule. The root that forms from the radicle grows into the ground. The root is thick near the ground and gradually tapers to a pointed end. This part of the plant growing below the soil for the support is called root. So now we will study deep about the root. So the radicle get transformed into the root after few days, and the plumule get transformed into the stem. Now if you see carefully the root of this plant, if you see from the starting point from where it is coming out from the seed, that part is broad, and as the root grows further, it has a tapering end. So this is how the root appears. Roots of some plants produce secondary roots that grows obliquely and spread far and wide in the soil. Root supports the plant. This type of root is called as a tap root. Here you can see in this root, there is a main root, vertical root over there, and you can see the horizontal roots coming out from this main root. They are called as the secondary root, and the main root is called as a primary root. Further, these roots are having small hair-like structure. They are called as a root hair, and they are very delicate. If you see at the end of the root, you can see the tip. It is called as a root tip. It is tapering towards the end. Okay, it is called as a root tip, and that root tip is covered with a cap-like structure. It is called as a root cap. This root cap helps the root tip from getting injured. Just as we wear a cap and it protects us from this rain or from the hot sun, similarly the nature has provided this root tip with a root cap which help it from getting injured. Then second type of root is a fibrous root. Take a glass jar and fill 3/4 of it with water. Place an onion on the mouth of the jar in such a way that its roots are towards the water. Observe the growth of the water for 8 days. You can see the thread-like structure or fiber-like roots arising from the stem, and these are called as the fibrous root. see hair-like structures are growing from the stem, from the onion. These are called as the fibrous roots. So two types of roots we have learned. First is the tap root and second is the fibrous roots. In tap root there is a main root and the secondary roots are emerged from that main root. So this type of system is called the tap root system, and the hair-like structures coming out, they are called as a fibrous root. Now which plants are having tap root and which have fibrous root? How will know that? You must have learned about the monocotyledonous plant and the dicotyledonous plant. Okay, so monocot plant have tap root, while dicotyledon plant have tap root, while monocot plants have fibrous root. Dicot means the seeds which can be whose seeds can be divided into two equal halves. They are called as a dicotyledonous seeds, and the seeds which cannot be divided into two equal parts, they are called as a monocotyledonous plant. Now here there is one more experiment where you have to plant different seeds which are available at your home. For example, mustard, sorghum or jawar, you can say corn seeds, then peas, coriander, fenugreek, etc. You have to put in the earthen pot and you have to water it for few days. Okay, you have to cultivate the plants for 8 days, and after 8 days you have to uproot this plants and you have to wash it under the running tap. And then if you observe the root system of these plants, you can see which type of root they are having, whether the tap root or the fibrous root. You can observe it on yourself. After doing the experiment, you can again plant these plants. Don't waste the plants. Okay, then other than this tap root and fibrous root, there is one more type which is called as the adventitious root, which we can see in the plant like maize or sugarcane, sorghum. They have two types of root. One root is inside the soil, okay, and second type of root you can see here in the picture, they are just above at a distance from the soil. They are called as the adventitious roots. Then, besides the normal function like absorption of water and minerals, anchoring and supporting the plant, roots perform some other functions too. This is not the only function of the roots, they are doing other functions also. Let's see what are those other functions of the roots. If you have seen the banyan tree, you must have seen the aerial roots of the banyan tree. So these roots help them to support the plant, support the tree, because the banyan tree is so huge that it's need the additional support. So this aerial root supports the banyan tree. They are called as a prop roots. This type of roots which you see in the banyan tree, they are called as a prop roots, and they give support to the plant. Then second is the stilt roots. Stilt root, you can see the next picture. See in the plants or the trees in the marshy areas, this type of roots gives the support to the plant. Here you can see the example of the stilt root. Then second type is the runner. Runner means for the creepers and all, creeper like structure, they run from one place to the another, and they are useful for the vegetative propagation. From there we get a new plant. And second and the last one is the breathing roots. This type of roots you can find in the nematophores, in the mangroves and all, in the marshy land, where the root like structure come out from the soil, okay, and they come out upwards towards upward direction, and they do the process of breathing. Also they are called as a breathing root. One more experiment over here. Take some water in a small glass jar and put a plantlet in it such a way that its roots are dipped in the water. Mark the water level in the jar and add 5 ml oil to the water. Record the water level on the next day. Discuss your observation in the class. You can also try out this. I will ask you the question, what is your observation after 2-3 days. After 1 or 2 days you can give me the observation. You can try out it. It's a very simple experiment. Then roots emerging from the trunk and branches of a banyan tree grow towards the soil. These roots are called prop roots. What could be the use of this prop roots? As I told, it gives support to the huge plant, huge tree. In the beginning, the banyan tree has very few prop roots, but later on, the number increases so much that it appears like a small forest. In Kolkata, a 250 years old banyan tree in the Indian Botanical Garden covers a very large area. It is supported by thousands of prop roots. Is there any such tree in your neighborhood? You can also tell me if you have seen any such tree, such an old tree, 250 years means imagine how big, how huge it will be. So this is what we have learned about the root. In the next lecture, we will learn about the stem and other parts of the plants.